Muslims, they used to pray towards Jerusalem like the rest of Ahl al-Kitab. And the Jews were happy about this, that these Muslims are like us, they pray towards Jerusalem. And they prayed towards Jerusalem 16, and in Hadith says 16 or 17 months. And then the Quran came down and it abrogated this sunnah. And the Quran says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saw the Prophet ﷺ looking, wanting for the Qibla to be towards the Kaaba. We see your face looking into the heavens, wanting it to be towards Kaaba, so we're going to give you a Qibla that you're pleased with. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala abrogated this ruling of the Qibla being towards Jerusalem with a verse from the Quran. And again, the fiqh part is going to come out of me, and that is an-naskhu, abrogation can occur with the Quran, and the Quran abrogating the Sunnah, and the Sunnah abrogating the Sunnah. And the fourth case is, can the Sunnah abrogate the Quran? There's difference of opinion amongst the fuqaha, we don't need to get into that. But this is an example of here, the Quran abrogating the Sunnah. So we have the Sunnah established, the Prophet told the Muslims, pray towards Bayt al-Maqdis as the Qibla. And then we have a Quran verse coming down abrogating this Sunnah. And in abrogation also, we have abrogating a ruling for another ruling that is more difficult, or abrogating a ruling for a ruling that's easier, or abrogating a ruling for a ruling that's equally the same in difficulty. This is this example also. So the Qibla being one way, changing to another way, same difficulty, not more difficult or less, it's just turning around. So the Prophet ﷺ was praying, and he prayed for the first time Salat al-Asr towards the new Qibla. So one of the Muslims who had prayed with the Prophet ﷺ with the new ruling, he passed by the Muslims in Masjid al-Qiblatayn praying towards the old Qibla. They didn't know yet. So he said, I testify that I just came with the Prophet ﷺ and the Qibla has been changed towards the Kaaba. They were in the middle of Salah, and he came and told them while they're in the middle of Salah. In the middle of Salah, when they got the order, they turned around still in Salah, facing the new Qibla. So the Imam came from front of the masjid to the other side now, because he's praying towards Bayt al-Maqdis, their back is towards the Kaaba. So the Imam now is coming to where it used to be the back, and now it's the new front. And the Muslims shifted. So the men came behind the Prophet ﷺ, the women came behind the men, and they changed Qibla in the same Salah. So this masjid is called the Masjid of two Qiblas, because we have two Qiblas in the same masjid. طيب. Una fawaid ya mashayikh. There's some benefits here. Number one, didn't you guys know that a lot of movement in Salah will ruin your Salah? What about here? So the fuqaha, they talked about this. This is my stuff. It's not going to come from Shaykh Ahmad. This is my piece. And the fuqaha, they debated, well, walking all this amount, all this movement will ruin your Salah. A little movement won't break your Salah. They said here, this is excused because of the maslahah of having to change the Qibla. Because there's no way around it. There's no way to change the Qibla. There's no space behind the Prophet ﷺ if he just turned around. He had to go back. So to do that, he had to move. And so this was forgiven for everyone to be able to face towards a new Qibla. The second benefit is changing and following the order from the Prophet ﷺ when it comes directly. Yani they didn't even wait to finish the Salah. As soon as the order came, khalas, we hear, we obey. In the middle of Salah, we're changing Qibla. We're not going to sit and we're going to debate and think about it and analyze it and try to get around it. This is what we do today. We hear hadith, we say, oh, maybe it's not obligatory, it's just recommended. Maybe it's not authentic. Maybe there's another interpretation. Maybe. And the hadith is authentic and it's clear, but we, our own desire, don't want to follow the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. So we delay and we argue and we try to get around it. Whereas the Sahaba, the order came to change the Qibla. In the middle of Salah, they turned right away and they finished the last two raka'at of the Salah praying towards the new Qibla. So this is the benefit of this masjid. So inshallah we're going to visit that masjid. Barakallah.